So, Chris, how long have you been part of the Knights and why did you initially join?
I've been with the Knights of Columbus for 5 years. I initially joined to obtain Knights of Columbus AAA life insurance. I had not been very involved in service and volunteering for a while when I did join, and found an immediate home to help communities in lots of different ways.
So, how do you describe it to people that you meet?
Well, I usually provide the highest level 30-second elevator speech wherein I tell them the Knights are an international fraternity of Catholic men where we rally something in the order of 70 million hours of volunteer service a year and a little bit above $800 million of donation dollars just as facilitators to, do good work, do God's will. And then I move on to our council is helping collect coats for those that don't have them. It's collecting food for the hungry. We sponsor youth activities for parishioners, children, and students at our Basilica School. We jump in freezing cold water for our polar plunge to help do our part to raise dollars for Special Olympics. And there's a broad range of activities we do, with the hours we have amongst the 200 members we have in our council, and just do our part to contribute. And with that, I suspect there's something for everyone. If your heart is moved by pro-life support, we do it. We don't do it enough, but we do it. And we're starting a new program right now to do it much more via supporting the young adults pro-life group here at the Basilica. So whatever you're seeking, there's a pretty good chance we'll have it immediately and readily available just to jump into. And that's usually what I share.
So I really admire too, thanks for sharing all that. What I also admire about you all is that you all are proud to be Americans, and that comes forth in your patriotic duty. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, how do you show that patriotism?
So in the Knights of Columbus, we refer to patriotism as our fourth degree. There's 4 principles the Knights of Columbus is based on. So it's charity, fraternity, unity, and patriotism. And the 4th degree is it's actually It's a separate ceremony to become a 4th degree Knight, which comes with some additional opportunities to wear our formal regalia, to march and promote our patriotism in public events, like recently the St. Patty's Day Parade and the George Washington Birthday Parade. And we participate in picking up, laying and then eventually removing wreaths for past soldiers. There's a number of other activities that we do that focus on being Americans and saying thank you to our service members who have done service.
That is awesome. So how has being part of the Knights affected your faith life?
So I found I found a male community of practicing Catholics who had been steeped in it their whole lives. Not all of them, but most of them. And I, as someone who had been a lapsed Catholic for years, just found it kind of invigorating and just simply easier to continue growing and kind of accelerate my growth as a Catholic because I was frequently around it. So, we open all our business meetings with prayer. We close them with prayer. We do a rosary together before we start the business meeting. We go out of our way to support holy events and holy days. And I'm personally just learning to be a better Catholic by being around this organization. And that coupled with, faith formation that's readily available in so many places. It's been a blessing.
That's fabulous. So for people who are watching this video who have never attended or been a part of the nights, what is the number one reason why you think that a man should check out being part of it?
I'll cheat and give you two. So one, it's the opportunity to ultimately do God's will through charitable works. Our time can sometimes be hard to come by, and sacrificing a little bit of football watching time for bonding with men and collecting coats, when it's chilly outside, is it's good for the soul, and it directly helps the people I believe God wants us to help. The second would be there's a bonding opportunity with men that I think is important in today's society. Spiritual men, in our case, Catholic men. And when you create a bond and you have some familiarity and some humor, and you're out there doing selfless good work and the world sees that, you're just by example living God's will and putting out I would call, I guess, the most positive possible impression, and that good example rubs off on people. And I think that's a blessing.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.